of individual series, discrete series, and your continuous series. So before starting this particular subject, first you have to know about the definition and what are the different properties of standard deviations. So here, in case of your standard deviation, which is denoted as sigma, in case of statistics, standard deviation is a measure that is used to quantify the amount of variation or dispersion of a set of values. In case of set of value which is belong to your individual, discrete or continuous. If you go to the next part of definition of standard deviation, the standard statistics that measure the dispersion of data set related to its mean, and it is calculated as the square root of variance. I repeat, so this is the this standard deviation is a statistics which is directly applicable for measurement of dispersions of data set related to its mean and calculated as the square root of variance. Moving to the next slide, in case of standard deviation, as you know, these are basically used in case of measurement of dispersion. But in case of definition, these are in case of definition, it may be defined as the square root of arithmetic average, that is known as your mean, of square of deviation, that is not of. So this one is of deviation taken from the arithmetic average of a particular series. Next part is that the standard deviation is calculated as per the square root of variance by determining each data point deviation related to the mean. So whatever data you calculated in particular measurement of dispersion as far as concerned with standard deviation, that should be directly calculate the deviation related to the your arithmetic mean or your mean. The next part that if the data point are further from the mean, there is a higher deviation within the data set. So that is why the more spread out the data, the higher standard deviation will be measured. I repeat, if you go to the data point of view, if you find the mean, there will be a higher deviation in between number of series, whether it should be group or whether it should be continuous series. So that is why if you spread more, your standard deviation will be on higher side in this particular case. Moving to the next one. The next one is the property of standard deviations. So in this case, property of standard deviations, it cannot be negative. I repeat, the property of standard deviation, the first point, the result could not be relative. It is always positive. The next part is that it is only used to measure spread or dispersion around the mean of data. Whatever data set is given in case of your individual, discrete or continuous. The third point is that it shows how much variation or dispersion exists from the average values. That should be calculated, or you can say that is the deviation from the average value is known as standard deviation. Then the next properties are, in case of standard deviation, it will not change if all variables summated with the same number. The next part is that for the data with almost the same mean, the greater the spread, the greater the standard deviation. And point number 6, the standard deviation can be used in conjunction with the mean in order to calculate the data interval when analyzing normal distributions. We have already gone through the normal distribution. As I told in the previous slide, that in normal distribution belong to your individual series and discrete series, or you can say that is group or ungroup series of data. And the last point is that if researcher multiply by the variable with the same number, then the output received will be multiplied by the square root of the same number. So before starting or solving some problem, first write down the formula. The A stands for your standard deviation of sample. That is root over of sum of x minus x bar whole square divided by n. I repeat, standard deviation equals to square root of summation of x minus x bar, that is whole by n. Here A stands for your standard deviation of sample, and sum of x, that is each value in the data set, and sum of x bar, that is mean of all value in the data set, and n stand for your number of value in the data set. So as you know, in case of calculation of mean or average, that is x bar is equal to summation of x divided by n. That is my advice to all of you. Just note down the formula along with their notation. Then we'll proceed further solving some example related to standard deviations. If you don't, just text a message in the chat box. Okay.
So wait.
Yes, I'm voting. I repeat, it is my personal advice to all of you that you must write on the notation for easy understanding of formula, and whenever you solve this particular example, there is no particular problem faced by your side.
So done.
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, fine. Go to the next slide. Suppose we have the particular data is given. Find the standard deviation from the following data series. We have 10, 6, 7, 3, 15, 8, 2, and 5. The n value here. Anyone?
8.
8, sir.
N equals to your 8. Okay. First, you make a table. In that particular table, the first column belongs to your x. In case of x, you just write 10, 6, 7, 3, 15, 8, 2, and 5. There is no need to arrange ascending or descending order. Then after you calculate x bar, or you can directly calculate the mean. So what is the value of mean here? I repeat, x bar equals to summation of x divided by n. You can directly multiply it without making any tables. That means 10 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 15 plus 8 plus 2 plus 5 whole divided by 5. So what is the value of x bar here? Anyone?
6.62.
6.62. Calculate properly.
So 7.
7.
That equals to 7. 7 is the correct answer for x bar or mean. Is it clear? 10 plus 6, 16. The 16 plus 6, how much? 23. 23 plus 6, 26. 26 plus 15, how much? 26 plus 15.
41, sir.
41. 41 plus 8, 49. 49 plus 2.
51, sir.
51 plus 5. 56. 56 divided by 8. Calculate the standard deviation. The sum of square root of sum of x minus x bar whole square. Here you have to go root of 10 minus 7 whole square plus 7 whole square plus minus 7 whole 7 minus 7 whole square plus minus 7 whole square plus minus 7 5 minus divided by 8. So that one Last concept on slide, we have the set of data. First, we have to calculate the mean. As per the formula, R equals to summation of x divided by, we calculate plus 7 plus 5, that equals to divided by 8, that equals to 7. The formula in case of standard deviation, that equals to square root of summation minus R square whole divided by n. For calculation of, or you can say square of minus 7 for first digit, minus 7 for minus whole square, that is for minus 7 for 1, minus 7 for the minus 7 for the next one, 2 minus 7 for the next one, last one 5 minus 7, a whole divided by 8, if 1, that is 3, this minus 1 whole square 1, minus 7, that is minus 7, that is minus 4 whole square, that is next one is 8. So next one 8 minus 7, that is 1, minus 7, that is minus 5 whole square, that is one is 2, that is 4. 2, 1 and a whole of that. Just note down. The Salini Patra will call one by one. Just say Pattasa Jana,
Sir, yes, sir.
Raut,
Yes, sir.
answer for mean. Not solving hand of Palai.
Yes, sir.
The value
7.
the other.
Sir.
What is the value of n here in this particular problem? Or 8. Value of n. Also a good. Iti Pragya Nanda. Then okay. From the bottom. Now what is are you there?
Sir. So the answer is 3.8,
Yes.
sir.
Kailash Nayak.
The 3.87.
Lafi.
Yes, sir.
What is the value of n here in this problem?
Are n equal to 8, sir?
From the series, what is the value of mean here?
Sir.
So answer for standard deviation.
3.872.
To the next slide.
Yes, sir.
For you, following data calculated 5. This is the previous year question here in here 19 here. Of 2 marks, this type of question will be appears. Down and make a star mark. Calculation of standard deviation.
Sir, 1.5.
doubt. I'm having a doubt in the grade. It is 3 or 3.
872, that is the answer. And find is what that is
Taking on the square root of all the numbers that is. I'm getting 20.
last getting 24. You are getting 20.
No, sir.
Multiple.
I'm taking on the square roots, getting 24. Then 24 by 8.
You are getting 24.
No, sir. When once 9, 1, all these are the numbers. And take out the square roots.
Last you add this number 9 plus 1, then after you proceed,
Yes, sir. Yes.
you got down your square root. You can ask what is the answer for this particular question? One.
The mean is 4.
Those who are solved on getting the answer 1, that is the correct 4 here. Step 6, n equals 5 plus 5 plus 5. Add this one, whole divided by 4, by 6, that equals to that one. 5 plus 5 plus 5, and he's divided by 6. Okay, in this case, mean is 4. After you proceed for calculation of standard deviation, that is square root of 3 minus 4 whole square plus 3 minus 4 whole square plus 3 minus 4 whole square plus 5 minus 4 whole square, again 5 minus 4 whole square. The last one is 5 minus 4 whole square whole divided by 6. So if you add this one, you got 6 by 6. It's a root over of 1, that equals to 1. Here,
Yes, sir.
I call some of students. Nalini Patra, what is your answer?
Yes, sir. 1.
Baral,
Sir, answer is 1.
Anna Swai, Ramanti,
1.
Rasmi Parvin, answer.
1.
I move to the next slide. There is another problem. Your side to solve one. So in case of this particular example, a 10 lays 8 was weighted and recorded as follows. First one is 60 gram, one is 50, third one is 61 gram, the fourth one is 68 gram, one is 51 gram, next one is 53 gram, the next one is 69 gram, and the last one is 50 gram. Calculate the standard deviation. 10 lays 8 eggs was weighted and recorded. Data are given 61, 53, 69, and 50 grams respectively. Calculate the standard deviation. First, you calculate the mean of eggs. Lynn Patnaik, what is your answer for mean?
59, sir.
Ansu Ponda, Amit Ranjan Kara, what is your answer for mean?
Doing.
Do it quickly. Gita Sahu, what is your answer for mean? Don't need to tell this one, they just drop on chat box. Sangram Kesari Sahu, what is your answer for mean?
Sir.
Sir, what is the value of mean here? Are you there? Fine. Let's move to the next slide. So what is your answer? Good one. Here I have calculated. It's weights are 470. Case of summation of that is 472 and number of here is 8. This regarding you have get the mean equals to 50. After you proceed for sum of directly calculate the sum of x minus x bar whole 20. Case you applied the formula s equals to sum of x minus x bar whole square divided by n root over minus 8. That is, those who are not solved, try to note down this answer. Those who already solved, to check particular step of calculation of standard deviation. Okay, Priyanka Manti 6.9, Ravin Kumar 6.2, Coral 6.23, Ansu Ponda 6.2, Lakshmi 2, fine. Sanjay Sahu 6.32, Shailesh Nayak, Pritam 3, Hakun 2, Jana and real chat. Fine. Next, move to the next slide. What are the basic methods which basically used in case of calculation of standard deviation? Can I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
So these are the basic method basically used for computation of standard deviation. The first method is direct method. The second one is shortcut method. Third one is step deviation method. Fourth one is shortest method. Very similar to your arithmetic mean where these methods are used, but here the formula are different in case of standard formula and in as compared with the arithmetic mean. We'll proceed one by one. First, we proceed with direct methods. Starting this numerical and along with some examples. First, note down the formula. Here I have written in case of individual series, the formula is given equals to sum of square whole divided by n. I repeat, equals to square root of sum of x square whole divided by n. And in case of group of data, that is in case of discrete or continuous series, equals to square root of sum f square whole divided by n. Repeat, equals to square root of sum fx square divided by n. Here stand for your standard deviation, n stand for total number of observation, and summation of x square, that is total of the square of deviation of item taken from their actual mean minus x bar. Next one is sum of fx square, that stand for the total product of square of deviation their respective Last one is summation of frequency, that is total frequency, or that is that should be observed in case of number of observations. Note down this formula, then we will proceed for calculation of all examples. One, that is a text in chart box. We will proceed to solve the example. Swati, just mute your microphone. There is a noise here from your. Okay, so let's solve a example belong to individual series. From the following data, by direct method. Direct methods to individual series, there is no case of individual series, there is no frequency. In case of X variable, we have 8, 9, 15, 3, 5, 11, 19, 8, 10, and 12. The first step is to draw a particular table. Table X comes to the number of variable here, that is 8, 9, 15, 5, 11, 8, 10, and 12. For this type of problem, I made this one. First, you have to down the number of variable in case of X, then calculate the X minus X bar, that is denoted as small x. The first one belongs to capital X, second column belongs to small x, that equals to X minus X bar. Starting that one, you have to calculate the X bar. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here ends 10, and summation of X is equal to 120. In this regard, I have calculated the mean, that equals to sum of X divided by N, 120 divided by 10. The mean, the value is 12. That value should be directly put in case of minus X bar. Here X minus, 8 minus 12, that is 4. For the second row, that is 9 minus 12, that is minus. For the third row, that is 15 minus 12, that is. Similarly, for fourth row, that is 20 minus 12, that equals to 10. Similarly, for the next row, that is 5 minus 12, that is minus 7. Next one is 11 minus 12, that equals to 1. Next one, that is 19 minus 12, that is 7. 8 minus 12, that is minus 4. Again, 10 minus 12, that equals to. Last one is 12 minus 12, that equals to. After, you have to go for calculation of X square. Minus 4 whole square, that is. For the second row, that is 9. Row, that is 9 again. For 11 square, that is 121. 9. For 1, minus 1, that is 1. Again for 7, that is 49. Again for minus 4, that is. Again for minus 2, that is 4. 0, 4, 0. In this regard, you have to calculate sum of X square, that equals to 24. Then the value, that is 274, as per the formula, that is sigma equals to sum of X square, power of sum of X square whole divided by 9. 4 divided by 10. Standard deviation value equals to 5.2. Go down, then we will proceed for solving the exam from your side. Provide a task for you, to all of you, that you solve individually. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just note down. Gonzalez, Sahu, Kumar Vera, Rosalind, Jamali, Priyanka Manti, Saraswati Nayak, Salini Patra. Okay. One, in case of individual series, there is a numerical for you. Calculate the standard deviation by using direct method. The following data, in case of X variable, we have a 5, 15, 5, 5, again 5, 45, and 50. Calculate the standard deviation data. The value of mean here, anyone?
In sir. 19.
Angana, what is the value of mean here?
19, sir, 19.
Vin Kumar, what is the value of mean here? Fine. Vin Kumar, are you there? Archana Mishra, what is the value of mean here? Rakesh Maharana.
Yes.
The value of mean here, yes. Okay. Getting the mean value 120, 90. After proceed to calculate x minus bar. The value of x here minus 19.
Minus 4.
Minus 4. 25 minus 19. Minus 6.
Minus 4.
Minus 19.
Minus 40.
Minus 19.
16.
25 minus 19. 5 minus 19, that is minus 14. Minus 19, how much? One each. Minus 4. Then after you put cost one each, how much? One each 30. So square of 14.
196. 196.
9 of 16. 1 is 36. That is 196. 196. Square of 26.
76. 7.
1 is
40.
1 6 here. How much? Minus, that is 190. 1 6 so 10. That is 12.8.
Sir, 0, sir.
12.8.
1649. 4
40.
40.
640 whole divided by in here. After you put it for square root. Answer. 6
So 19. So that's 9. 10.
90
Equal to
It will 10, sir.
Mean is 19.
by 10. So how much?
Sir.
8.
0.8 is the correct answer.
Eight.
Then
Yes, sir. One hundred. That is 10.
One, sir.
One,
One.
sir.
Good. The next one, 1.5 plus 2 whole divided by 2.
2, sir.
There is no need to calculate the 4,
4, 5.
7. After you calculate f into n, that means mid value into frequency. 7 into 1, that equals to 7. 12, 5 into 3, that is 4 into 4, that is 16. Next one is 3 into 2 into 6, that is 12. 1 into 7, that is 7. Here you have to calculate f into m. What is the sum of f into m?
54, sir.
Here I write 4 by as per the number you calculate by x bar, sum of fm divided by n. Here the sum of fm is 8 divided by 28. That equals to how much?
3, sir.
After we proceed for calculation of x minus x bar. M is given 1 and bar equals to 3. Equals to how much? 1 minus 3
Minus 2, sir.
minus 2. Next one is minus 3 minus 1. 3 minus 3, that is 0. The next one is 1, is 2. Next one is 3 and the last one is 4. Then after proceed for calculation of x square. Square of 2, that is 4. Square of 1 minus 1, that is 1. Next one is 0. This one is 1. This is 4. This is 9. The last one is 16. The next one is calculation of f into x square. F into x square. So in first row, f is given 7 into x square is equal to 4. 7 into 4, that equals to 28 plus 1. Similarly, if you proceed 6 into 1 for the second row, I repeat, for the second row, that is frequency sequence 6, and here x square value is 1, that is 6 into 1, that is 6. The next one is 5 into 0, that is 0. Next one is 5 into 1, that is 4. Sorry, 4 into 1, that is 4. The next one is 3 into 4, that is 12. And 2 into 9, that equals to 18. And the last one is 1 into 16, that equals to 16. Calculate the sum of fx square.
84.
84. That is 84 divided by, what is the value of n here?
28.
28, sir.
28. What is the standard deviation in the given series? That is
1.73.
0.73.
sorry, 1.73.
1.73.
Square root of 3 equals to 1.73. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving to the next one. Just note down the formula in case of shortcut method. Next class or day after tomorrow we'll proceed in case of shortcut method. I repeat, day after tomorrow we'll proceed for the shortcut methods. In case of individual series, deviation, that equals to sigma into square root of sum of d square divided by n minus sum of d square divided by n whole square, that equals to or that belongs to individual series. Here A is stand for mean, or in case of D, that equals to x minus A. I repeat, A stand for mean, and in case of individual series, that is n equals to summation of frequency or summation of frequency equals to n. Similarly, in case of your discrete or group data or continuous series, the standard deviation sigma equals to sum of f d square, sorry, square root of sum of
So can you please make it then?
I'm not getting your question.
Sir, can you please make it a full screen, not visible clearly?
Not visible. I just enlarge this one. Is it visible? Just a minute. This bigger one belong to the bigger one belongs to your individual series. So here write down sigma equals to square root of sum of d square minus n minus sum of d minus n whole square, where a stands for mean and deviation x variable minus mean. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just enlarged the second one. Case of your discrete and continuous series. This enlarged formula belong to individual and discrete. Sorry, this one belong to discrete and continuous series, where standard deviation equals square root of sum of f d square divided by n minus sum of f d divided by n whole square. Here the same notation are given. A stand for mean and deviation equals to x variable minus your mean. And f stand for your corresponding frequency, n equals to summation of frequencies. Is it clear?
No, just one, sir.
Okay. You can write other notation also. Here sigma stand for your standard deviation, n stand for total number of observation, summation of d square stand for sum of square of deviation taken from the mean, that is x minus a whole square, and sum of d, that is sum of deviation taken from mean, that is x minus a. The next one is sum of f d square, that equals to sum of the product of square of deviation from the mean and their corresponding frequency. And the last one is sum of f d equals to sum of product of deviation from the mean and their corresponding frequency. And the final, we have already written the notation, sum of or total of frequency, that equals to n. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's all from